Hey friends, and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm taking a walk on the beach and I want to share with you what I learned from my most recent mastermind retreat. This one was full of ahas, full of very specific takeaways for what I should be doing and changing in my business. Let me just show you my view real quick before we get into this video. I am right now on the beach in the beautiful island of Jersey. This is an island in the English Channel just off the coast of France, and this is where I have been meeting with my mastermind friends for a little, very small in-person retreat. I think there was just 8 of us total. This is where it's all been going down. I have been in a mastermind for a couple of years now. It's taken a really long time because COVID happened. We are headed to Richard Branson's Necker Island to meet Richard, which I am super thrilled for. But that has been postponed and postponed and postponed because of the pandemic. And so what was intended to be a year-long mastermind has now turned into 3. This mastermind has been incredible, and I've met some unbelievable humans through it, and I'm so grateful for it. This was our last event before heading to Necker, kind of like our pre-preparation, I guess you could say, event for it with the lovely Catherine Morgan. I will link her business down below. She's a fantastic financial trauma coach. So I wanted to share what I learned, what I took away, and what we talked about this week. There's a seagull who came to join me. So what people probably expect when you go to a mastermind with a lot of business owners who have made millions in their business is probably a lot of strategy and the latest marketing tactics and sales and everything. And that is not what happened here at all. What happened here was everyone had a chance to share their question or their biggest issue that they wanted help with. Half the time it was an emotional issue. Even in the situations where it wasn't an emotional issue, where it was a strategy question, like I do too many things when I'm launching, I just get myself so busy and overworked and crazy, turned into, when we delved into the problem, always being an emotional solution or an emotional challenge which had to be solved. So the one major point which I take away from this is that we should be giving as much care and attention to the emotional side of running our businesses and the personal traits and habits that show up in our lives which affect our business strategy. You might find that you have this recurring pattern or habit inside of your business that is holding you back or making you feel not fabulous or is just stopping you from getting where you want to go. Generally, if that's the case, it is not a strategy solution. The strategy is actually pretty easy to generally figure out. It is solving the emotional problem, which is going to get you to the results which you want to achieve. The second thing which I learned is that you need to follow your passion even when it adjusts and changes course, and not to lock yourself in the little business box that you have created. I think one of the things which I've noticed as I've met other entrepreneurs who have been in business for some time, they all at some point lose passion about the topic which they originally started with, and this is what they say. They say, I literally can't. I cannot talk about whatever their business is about anymore. I just can't do it anymore. And if you're feeling in that place, or if you're starting to realize that's coming up for me, or that's potentially an issue, you need to allow yourself to make the change and to make the pivot. There are, again, strategies that can be put in place to keep that business running or to pivot your business in a new direction. All of those things are possible, but the worst thing to do is to lock yourself there, because that feeling is just going to get stronger. One major thing which I took away from this experience was how perfect retreats are for me. I have realized that I've made investments in my business to go to big conferences or big events or to join masterminds with 30 people on a Zoom call. I don't often feel like those were great uses of my money, not because they weren't a great event or it wasn't a great mastermind or whatever it was. I am not the type of person to thrive in those situations. I thrive in situations with small groups of people. I definitely have a problem being vulnerable about a business issue or a personal issue in front of a group of 30 people who I don't know or inside of a massive conference. This format works a lot better for me. So I encourage you to think about, as you look back at past investments that you've made, the things which have felt good or not so good in the end, take note of what feels good for you. I am so socially awkward when it comes to meeting new people. You wouldn't guess it if you knew me as a friend, because once I know someone well, can't shut me up. New situation, going to talk to a new human, not my area of expertise, and therefore conferences or large masterminds where you're on a call and just need to open up like that are not the situations which I thrive in. Figure out what that is for you. If you're like me and you're like, I need a small, intimate experience in person in order to really get the most out of something, then take note of that and just go find more of those things. The next thing which I learned, and this is a bit more on the strategy side, is to sell every day and sell what you feel called to by getting in touch with and tuning into what your audience needs at that time, at that moment. Follow that instead of just what is in your launch calendar. One of the ladies who was at the mastermind event this week has had exceptional growth in her business. She was saying she often just takes her plans, she throws them right out of what she was supposed to be doing, and then she just tunes into what does my audience need. Also, she mentioned one time she had a launch, she's like, it did not go the way that I wanted to. I launched the thing which I thought I had to launch or should launch or was in the launch calendar. It didn't work. Decided, okay, I'm gonna go follow my gut and follow what feels right. Launched some other offers that month and had her biggest month ever. She did 500,000 in 1 month, and it was from just after having a failed launch, quote unquote, and following what she thought was the right thing in that moment instead. So if you want to know my mission and assignment after this mastermind, I will let you in on it. My mission and assignment is to follow joy. When the women helped me through my question and my issue, it became pretty clear that what I need to do is to stop strategizing, stop stressing, and stop stockpiling stacks of cash in a bank account and start following the things that bring me joy. And that in turn will lead to the results which I really want in my life and my business, which is, I think, indicative of what this whole retreat ended up, the result that came out of it. It was just less strategy, more focus on the emotional side, solving those challenges, leading you to what you really, really want. So that is all for this video. I hope that this slightly different video helped you and help you to think about maybe which investments would be a good use of your time. I would really like to see in the comments, are you someone who thrives differently than me in like a conference environment or a big mastermind environment or a little retreat environment, and which one of those investments feels like the right thing for you. Until next time, be sure to give the video a like and the channel a subscribe to get more fabulous content on running your online business.